right, guys, welcome back to the Finding Full Throttle channel. We have Caleb Hightower here from Autowerks out of Boiling Springs, South Carolina. You have a shop. Tell me a little bit about your shop. I mean, I know you guys do customization. You put accessories on cars, but you know what type of cars you work on, and what are your services that you offer there at Autowerks?
So we kind of work on a little bit of everything. So the main thing we do a lot of is suspension work. We pretty much can lower and lift anything out there, if it's doing it with air ride, coilovers, lift kits, suspension lifts, pretty much about anything. We do alignments on all that stuff too, because a lot of shops don't want to touch alignments on any kind of modified car, which is all we mess with. It's not a big deal for us. So it's always nice when you call up a shop and they're like, yeah, man, just bring it in, versus, I don't know. You know, that discourages everybody. So
the shop that I used to be part of, we had a local guy that did all of our alignments on older cars. You know, the newer cars are just real easy to do. Nobody wants to put the extra work in the older cars. Well, long story short, he came to work for us a couple years later, and then we're like, where are we going to get our cars aligned? And it still has been a problem up to this day.
Yeah, so one of my techs that works for me, he knows how to do the older car alignments, especially with the shims and everything else. You have to have a lot of people, you're right, they don't want to mess with it. They see that, or they don't understand. We actually had one the other day that we were doing some shims on, and the guy left. It was a little different. We had lifted this guy's Caprice, and because we'd put a big full lift kit on it, the shims actually fell out. And because of the way it's designed, so we actually come back and made a billet spacer and was able to put it on the bolt and the rod, and that way it ain't never going out, where anybody else would have just told the guy, sorry. So we do that. We do a lot of wheels and tires. I've been doing wheels and tires for 25 years now. A lot of bolt-on accessories, interior accessories, lighting, stuff like that. That's usually what we do. And we pretty much work on anything. I started out with Japanese cars, German cars, modern muscle cars, Jeeps, anything off-road, trucks. We do some of the old classic car stuff on the suspension, but we just don't have that customer come through. But I do a lot of wheels and suspension for those cars.
Gotcha. So you mentioned you've been doing it for 25 years. So prior to Autowerks, were you always in the automotive from growing up? What's your background
For the
there?
most part, the first car that I had was like a little two-door Blazer that my parents got me, and then after that, it was a twin-turbo Mark IV Supra. So like I was probably about 3 years before the Fast and Furious come out. A buddy of mine wanted me to get, like, I wanted a WS6 Trans Am, and he was like, oh, you don't want to mess with that, look at this car. And he was talking about he had a Japanese salvage yard at the time, and he was like, oh, I might these come through every now and then. This would be a good one. It's 300 and something horsepower. It's like, okay, cool. Well, he never could find one, so I ended up buying one from a guy for like 16 grand out of Hendersonville back in '99. And so that was kind of my first car that I ever messed with and customized and done stuff. I actually had the Bombex front bumper on it. I bought that from Japan probably 6 months before the movie come out. And then as soon as it come out, I was like, I spent all this time finding this bumper, and then now it's there. Everybody's seen it. And so
well, you had it before the movie.
But right? I mean, all I can do is say that. Back then, there was no photos or Instagram or anything to kind of do that. So, and then I had a Civic Hatch after that, and then went on to work at Elite Audio on and off for 10 years, and that's where I really got into growing and doing more of the custom car stuff. Right.
So you started Autowerks in when?
2020. January 2020. So
you picked a good time, didn't you?
Opened it up about 2 months later. COVID hit, and we've just been staying busy ever since.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, you guys do a lot of things for the community. You have Cartoberfest in October. You have Lakeside Cars and Coffee, which was a couple weeks back. And then you do some pop-up car shows at your shop, right?
Yeah. We usually try to do 3 night meets a year that we'll have at the shop. I try to do one in like winter, spring, and summer, and then Cartoberfest is like the last thing I do. And then we'll throw something different in there every now and then. Working with John at Cars and Coffee of the Upstate for Lakeside, we got something that we're trying to do at the Equestrian Center in Tryon.
Oh, nice!
So that'll be pretty cool. So
they've been pretty receptive to
Yeah,
stuff like that?
yeah. Once we kind of broke down what we were looking to do, we're trying to partner with the Humane Society up there and have it where people can come out and have places to stage cars and during a horse event and be able to bring out like dogs and have just a good time. Another thing where everything's kind of welcome because we work on everything.
Yeah,
So,
I went up to I think it was a British car show up there. We went up there in our Porsches, but
yeah.
But they were inviting, and then they had a horse event going on
Yep.
as well. But they had that front area, a little grass area with all the MGs and different stuff like that.
That's kind of the plan, and if it works out for us there, they've got enough parking because you've been to our events. We run out of parking. That's always the problem. So being able to have something like that where we can squeeze a lot of people in, I think it'll work out pretty good. So we're trying to shoot for that sometime at the beginning of April. So, yeah.
Well, we need to collaborate because we're doing something as well. So.
Yeah. We'll see what we can figure out then.
Yep. What, I guess, if I know working on classic cars, there's certain cars that just come in, and then there's some that, you enjoy working on and stuff. So what do you see most of, or what do you enjoy doing most of? I mean, I know you mentioned suspension work.
Yeah, we get a good mix of everything. So it's just so random the stuff we'll have in the shop. We'll go from having a couple of lift kits, leveling kits, to we got 3 cars over there we're putting coilovers on and setting up the height or something where somebody needs to go lower or higher. But for me, I like working on any of the older Japanese stuff. Older Japanese, older German stuff, I enjoy both of those pretty well. And then, but doing a lot of the lift kits and Jeeps too, they're fun to do as well. Once you get to, doing them right. It's always nice when we always sell people the right stuff and do it. The things that I guess I would irk at the most is when they went somewhere else and we have to fix it.
Oh, yeah.
That's never fun nor cheap. So
we've always, if a car had been somewhere else where we do it to our standards, and that means we got to back up and redo. I mean, I'm just letting you know up front that, when it leaves here, it's got our name on it. Got Autowerks name on it, so you want it to be right.
We had a guy the other day that he'd put a set of coilovers, or had somebody put a set of coilovers on a Porsche Macan, and it squeaked and popped and rattled and made all kinds of noise. And called him and was like, "Hey, basically, man, we got to go through and take some of this stuff off to make it right." And he understood. He wasn't happy that he had to do it, but it wasn't nothing with us. It was, just going back.
So
and
you work on some of the newer stuff.
Yeah, we work on a lot of that. I've got a Ferrari coming in next week that we're putting a set of lowering springs on. It's a California, and those Ferraris you can actually lower with the factory suspension. It just rides like a horse and buggy. So we're changing the springs over and then going to drop it a little bit more just to kind of give it that proper look. So I'm telling you, we can do suspension on pretty much anything.
Yeah. So we talked before about your car collection problem that you have.
Yeah, I have a problem too.
So what kind of cars do you have in your own collection right now?
I have, and they're all just.
Well, I know your Lexus. That's sweet. I
have a LC 500 that I've done some work to. I have a 73 Mercedes-Benz that we put air ride on. That's a 280. I have an 84 Mercedes. It's 300 turbo diesel. It's got air ride on it. I have a Porsche Cayenne that we've lifted. I have E36 328 that we've done some work to and kind of made a track car, but I've never had time to take it to the track, which is upsetting. I've got an M3 convertible, a E46. I have a E46 wagon. I have a 93 Civic EG hatchback. I have a 2012 Dodge Ram Power Wagon.
He's got a problem.
I have a 1985 C10 truck that was my grandfather's. That's the whole reason I bought it, to do something to it. I think that's it. I think I'm missing something.
If you're like me, people ask you how many cars you got, and I think because I don't count, but it's like, okay, but yeah.
It's like 10 or 11.
Yeah. Well, I think you spouted off about 15 there. So
it could be. And the problem is doing what I do. People constantly are like, "Hey, man, I want to sell this," and I'm like,
and it's something
it's usually a deal.
Yeah.
So I've got a guy that's trying to sell me a mini truck right now. I have made a rule that if I cannot fit in it, I can't buy it.
Yeah.
So even if it is a deal, if I cannot physically fit in it because I'm 6'7", there's some of them I just that saved me a couple of times.
I used to have a VW sports wagon, TDI, and that car was really neat. And there's one for sale local at one of the shops, and I'm like, should I buy that? And I'm like, you don't need it, you know, but
but it would be nice to like have there. There's an empty spot right there. So, and it doesn't help none because at the shop, like we were talking about, I can fit like 12 cars in there.
Yeah.
So the guys, they kind of hate me because and I usually try to keep some of my cars at my house.
Yeah.
Because I can fit like 3 at my house. So it's one of those things that.
Well, one thing that you mentioned, that I know it goes along with suspension where we're talking about lifting and lowering, but you had mentioned that you do airbag work.
Oh yeah. We've done plenty of air ride on multitudes of cars. Like I said, I've got 2 of myself that are older Mercedes that I put on air ride.
Yeah.
And then we also do the airbag, like helper bags on trucks and stuff like that too. So.
Oh yeah, for the weight. And stuff
that's a big thing too. Sometimes you don't need that, but sometimes it's really necessary. You know, we've done enough of it that we can usually talk to a customer and kind of make sure they're getting the right stuff.
It does, because my truck, I've got a 16 truck, but it's got the manual. You have to put the air in the back. But if it's not in there correctly, you can feel it. So that it really does. But there's more, I guess, modern systems since 2016 that you can just do electronically.
Well, see, you could take the system you have now and just add the compressor and the brain to it.
Okay.
And there's a couple of them that are really, really good, that the apps are really amazing, and they're not that expensive anymore. It's not as bad as it used to be. It used to be the airlift was the only people on the market, and there's other people now that do really good.
Because half the time I forget to do it. And, if you forget and you have that system, you can just hit it going down the road.
You just pull up your phone, and it's actually got presets that'll be like a different boat trailer, a car trailer.
Right.
I think one of them was like a livestock trailer, and you can just hit the button and have it preset to what you want it to go, and it makes where you don't have to pull over and do that. So, yeah.
So we got to the part of the show now that we're going to do a little 60 seconds or less. You've ever heard about that?
Yeah, I think I have an idea. So,
so I'm going to do some random quick questions for you. Get your response on them.
Okay.
And so this will kind of warm you up here.
Okay.
EV or gas?
Oh, definitely gas.
Turbo or NA?
Turbo.
Turbo.
Yeah.
Manual, automatic?
Manual. It depends. I mean, manual is always funner, but like the paddle shift stuff is better.
Yeah.
Even though you don't want to say it, it is better.
It's faster for sure. Yeah. American muscle or classic Euro?
Oh, classic Euro.
Yep.
All day.
All day. All right. So we're going to do the 60 seconds or less now. 60 seconds or less. If you could pick any car today and money was not an issue and you had to keep it forever and drive it like daily, what would it be?
The young guy in me would say EG Honda Civic that I'm building, but I'm about to find out if it's reminiscent of me thinking that it's going to be the best thing or if it's actually still the best thing.
Yeah.
Because out of all the cars I've had, that's probably been the one that I've wanted back, and I finally got it, and I'm almost done with it. I'll have it ready for Cartoberfest.
Oh, so, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 60 seconds or less. What is the best performance car or SUV that's a grocery getter?
My Cayenne.
What's that?
The Porsche Cayenne.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. By far. If it's a grocery getter.
Yeah.
Especially the one that I've got this lifted, if you really wanted to worry about being able to do anything.
Yeah,
I've got the 3-inch lift on it from Eurowise, and I mean that thing will go anywhere. The 4-wheel drive's great in it. It's just enough room that you could put stuff in it and still nimble enough to get around. The one I have has a V8 in it, so it's fast and does everything.
So did you put a tune on it as well? Or?
No, just factory. I'm probably planning on giving that to my daughter when she gets old enough, and then I'm gonna fix up another one. So
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you. All right, we're gonna circle back now on the EV.
Okay.
All right. 60 seconds or less. If you had to buy an EV today, what would it be?
Probably. Yeah. There's a part of
That's my answer too.
So if I could get my hands on anything, there's the little E Honda Civic thing that they made in Europe that we never got here. I always thought one of those would be cool, fixed up.
Yeah.
Or that big stupid Hummer thing.
Yeah.
Because it's just so stupid.
I've got a friend, Chris Moore?
Yeah, I think I've met him before.
Yeah, he's got one. But I think that's about the only
one. I would rather have that than a
Yeah.
Tesla. We had a guy come in with a Cybertruck, right? And the Cybertrucks are cool. But If
Yeah.
you took that and gave that to somebody who's never drove
Yeah.
anything before, driven anything before,
Yeah.
and you put them in anything else, they wouldn't know what to do. Like the way that it's laid out and everything is completely different than a regular car.
So earlier you mentioned that you had to be able to fit in the car. You're 6'7", right?
Yeah.
And I've heard you mention Civic twice.
Yeah, well, that's why it's the EG, because like I can fit in that one. There's the back seat is you can't use it, and it's a hatch, so I've got plenty of room all the way back. That's literally it. So yeah,
Oh goodness.
it might be an S2000 if I was shorter, but I can't fit in those.
So a lot of those cars, you don't realize how much leg room they have in them.
Think about a GTI.
Or a old 280ZX that doesn't look like it's big, but it's
Yeah.
got a lot of room
Yeah.
underneath.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That was the whole reason I bought my Lexus, is because I knew I could fit in it. I've tried many of when we was over here that time. I tried
Yeah.
to sit in a couple other exotics, and
Yeah.
it just don't work.
that Lexus is nice.
Yeah, I appreciate
How
it.
much work have you done on it?
A decent amount. I haven't started doing any of the performance stuff to it. They don't
Yeah.
have a ton out there for it, but I've changed the suspension on it, the lip kit, wheels and tires, put carbon fiber and blacked out everything on it because it has a lot of old white man chrome on it when you first
stance
get it.
on it looks awesome,
Yeah, that took
so.
a lot. I want to put some different tires on it, but I'm worried that the tires are going, because every manufacturer changes a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm worried that if I
Because
put
their point,
yeah,
on
it's
point
right there.
there.
It's right
Yeah.
there. So like I want to change it, but and it's not like I can't adjust it, but it's just
Yeah.
like it looks good
Yeah.
the way it is.
Yeah.
So that's
exactly.
another problem. Like the wheels that are on that car, I've had for like 10 years. So when I got the car, I was like, oh, these fit, this works. And it's got a stainless steel cap on it, and they've got dents in them. And I can't do nothing about it. So people see this really nice car, and they'll be like, oh, he's curved his wheel. And I'm just like, no, it's been like that. And I just don't have the $6,000 to turn around and buy a new set of wheels to fit that car because it
Yeah.
takes a 22 by 12.
Yeah.
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 So
All right, man. Well, that's all I got for you today.
cool.
I appreciate
it.
you
Yeah,
coming
I
on.
appreciate
and-
you having me.
Yeah, buddy.
So
Thanks, buddy.
thanks a lot, man.
Yep.
Yep.